Welcome to Attic to Basement Estate Cleanouts with Raccoons. I hope the sound is better on this one. Who knew you had to clean out the microphone with a vacuum on an iPad occasionally? The first house I wanted to talk about was a mess in Silver Spring off Georgia Avenue. It was a 1,300 square foot home and built in 1937. In 1979, it sold for $70,000. 3 bedrooms. The wife died in 1999, and the husband lived there with his young son and dog. The husband got cancer and was terminal. This was while the son was still in school. The man was too sick to walk the dog, so who walked the dog? No one. He just pooped wherever he wanted to, and no one cleaned it up. I had 4 people work in this house, which was very cluttered with papers and stuff besides the dog poop. I have to thank those 4 helpers, as it was not a fun house to work in. I also used 2 temporary workers from a company called Labor Ready, as I had a dumpster put in the driveway, and these 2 workers carried out the black trash bags that we filled up over 5 days. Once the house went on the market, the attorney sent me a link to the realtor's website, and if he hadn't told me it was the house we'd worked in, I never would have known. Whoever did the remodeling did a fantastic job. The house looked brand new inside. The house sold for $407,000 and is now valued at $576,000. Please, if you know someone who is terminally ill with cancer, check on them. Ask if there's anything you can do to help them out, like walk their dog. This house was in a neighborhood just blocks from the DC border, and the houses were 10 feet apart from each other. Shouldn't a parent whose child was in school with the son stepped up? And if the dad who was sick said, "No, we're fine," anyone standing on the front steps when the door was open could see the mess. Call the County Adult Protective Services. There are programs in place to help people like this in their homes. I felt sorry for the son and for the dad. The other apartment complex I worked in was the Watergate. I had been hoping to get a job there, and all of a sudden I had 2 within 2 years of each other. Both were 2-level condos. I didn't realize the Watergate had such units, but then I hadn't been in the Watergate before. I had just heard about it during the Nixon presidential years. Unfortunately, in 2006, and probably now, the management and security department watch you like a hawk. I understand they have a lot of important people living there, but I had been doing this for 7 years, and I wasn't used to someone questioning my movements or not trusting me. They have all sorts of security rules, and when we reserved an elevator, you not only got the elevator, you got an employee who had to stay with the elevator, which was tiny, to make sure you didn't stop at any other floors and take something and walk it out to the truck. That's because the service elevators open right next to the kitchen door of the condos on each floor. The items were going to Weschler's auction house, and they recommended a moving company that they used often. Turns out the crew chief was the wife of someone who worked the auction floor on auction days. She and her staff were very polite and dressed professionally. They had a large truck which wouldn't fit in the parking garage, they don't usually, so they had to park out on the street, which made it a long walk for every load they took down the elevator, and a long hallway to go out a special door on the side of the building. This made the work take twice as long. And to top it off, the guy manning the elevator took it away for a while. Turns out the housekeepers had to do their recycling run. Their schedule took top priority, so we had to twiddle our thumbs and take an unneeded break while they finished going floor to floor, picking up recycling bins, and then go down to the basement where the trash room was. This job took a total of 25 hours. It would have taken 20 hours if the elevator didn't disappear and the walk to the truck wasn't as long. Architects who design apartment and condo buildings need to consider people will get appliances and furniture and how to get them into the unit. Don't just worry about the front lobby and inside the homes. Think about deliveries. Half of the condos I worked in were beautiful in the lobbies and the apartment, but it took sometimes a slow elevator ride and a walk down 3 corridors to get out to the loading area. It's not that we are slow, it just takes time to walk a half a mile each time a worker took an elevator full of furniture out to the truck. Often I got home from working in a condo on moving day, and my pedometer said I'd walk 10 miles or more. The husband in this condo had died in 1998. He and his wife were both from Rochester, New York, like I am. I liked this couple from the start, even though I was working in their condo because she had died too, so I never met them. I always felt like I knew the people quite well after I finished a job, since I went through all their papers, closets, and a storage room. He was in the Army for 30 years. He served with the occupation forces in Germany after World War II. In the condo, I found a VHS interview with him about his time in Germany at a liberated concentration camp. It was fascinating. The interview was conducted by the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., and may be in their vaults or used in an exhibit at the museum, perhaps. He was an ambassador at large for nuclear affairs for 10 years. A write-up on the Arlington National Cemetery website said he reinvigorated peaceful nuclear trading. If you look at records of negotiation between 1983 and 1993, you will learn he was a very busy man keeping the world safe. He led the U.S. response to the Chernobyl nuclear reactor accident in 1986. Pretty neat guy. The other job in the Watergate was for another Army retiree the next year. He also had been in World War II and must have known the couple who lived a few floors above him and his wife in the Watergate. I can't imagine that in the decades they both lived there that the two men did not know about each other. He died in March and his wife died in April. I met the attorney in June and had Mr. Weschler come to take a look at the contents a few days later. Then when I reported to the attorney what the auction house was interested in selling, it took another month before the family decided what they wanted to keep and what they wanted to send to auction. Then it took 18 hours for one helper and I to get 294 items, like clothing and kitchen things, boxed up and taken to charity, and also to box up family photos, papers, and special knickknacks to take to the attorney, before we helped the moving company take items to auction. The man had collected coins, and I was told by the attorney which coin shop I should take them to. That was interesting because I'd never collected coins and had never been in a coin shop before or since. I think that's enough for today. Thanks for listening. Please watch my other episodes to hear more about a few of my 800 clients and tips on estate cleanouts. Bye.